Getting new perspective tonight on the night that Mark Few was arrested for driving under the influence.
This dash cam footage shows the Gonzaga head basketball coach swerving and driving erratically shortly before he was pulled over. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. So tonight we are sharing that newly released dash cam footage of Coach Mark Few driving through Coeur d'Alene the night he was cited for DUI. It all happened last month, and just last week he did plead guilty to the charge.
Kootenai County sentencing documents show that he'll serve 24 hours of community service and pay a $1,000 fine. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley joining us live now from the Kootenai County Courthouse with a closer look at the dash camera video we just received through a public records request. Amanda?
Mark and Whitney, this video comes from the dash of a Kootenai County Fire and Rescue engine. Now that night, the captain called into dispatch to report that they were following behind an SUV that was driving erratically and speeding. Little did they know it was Gonzaga's men's basketball coach, Mark Few, behind the wheel. In the video, you can see Few driving on and off the road, and you can hear the reaction from firefighters as he nearly hits a street sign. Take a listen.
Do it. Oh my God.
The captain followed Few's SUV and gave dispatch on their location as they drove south on 4th Street. And you can see Few drifting over the bike lanes several times. Now, court documents say that area is a 25-mile-per-hour speed zone. The captain told police Few was pulling away from the engine while they were driving 10 over that speed limit. They continued following Few for about 2 miles until a Coeur d'Alene police officer pulled him over at Appleway Avenue. Now, this is only part of a 7-minute long video that we received from the Kootenai County Fire and Rescue Department. You'll be wanting to join me tonight at 5. We actually got to hear what firefighters how they reacted when that police officer pulled Few over. Reporting from the Kootenai County Courthouse, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Now to a story everyone is talking about today. Tragedy on the set of Alec Baldwin's newest movie when a shot went off on a prop gun.
So police in New Mexico are now investigating whether actor Alec Baldwin's prop gun may have actually contained live ammunition. Alec
Baldwin, the film's co-producer and star, fired a prop gun on set, resulting in the death of the movie's cinematographer, 42-year-old Helena Hutchins, and director Joel Souza. He was injured.
Now, according to Variety magazine, the LA Prop Union actually sent an email out to members saying the gun did contain a live single round. They also said the prop crew working in New Mexico was not a part of their union.
Baldwin is cooperating with authorities and says he has reached out to Hutchins' husband. He said he is heartbroken about what happened, and on Twitter he wrote, "There are no words to convey my shock and sadness regarding the tragic accident that took the life of Helena Hutchins, a wife, mother, and deeply admired colleague of ours."
Now, investigators are working to determine just how that prop gun could turn so deadly. Our Nicole Hernandez actually talked with one local gun expert here today to explain how those types of prop guns firing blanks can still be dangerous.
Yeah, so investigators are still trying to figure out whether or not it was a real bullet or a blank in the gun Alec Baldwin shot, but typically they do use blanks on movie sets. So take a look here. This is what a blank looks like compared to what a real bullet looks like. Now, we talked to an expert here at Sharp Shooting about exactly why a blank can still rarely be dangerous.
There is still a retaining wad that is supposed to burn up during the firing process, but that's not necessarily the case, and you can always have stuff that separates off of the casing in the firing process, which could become a projectile and actually leave the gun.
Something like that is rare, though. Here's a look at how a normal bullet works. Pulling the trigger creates a spark. That spark lights the gunpowder in the casing, creating an explosion. That explosion pushes the bullet out of the casing. In a blank, though, there's plastic or paper where the bullet normally is, but there is still spark, gunpowder, and the explosion. So coming up at 5, we'll give a more detailed explanation, specifically explaining how blanks work. In Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, Nicole, thank you very much. And yesterday's incident is also reminding a lot of people about Brandon Lee's tragic death.
So this tweet is from Brandon's account, but it's currently being run by a sister who survived him. She tweeted, "Our hearts go out to the family of Helena Hutchins and to Joel Souza and all involved in the incident on Rust, the set of Rust. No one should ever be killed by a gun on a film set, period."
Lee, of course, was the son of actor and martial artist Bruce Lee. He was fatally shot on the set of The Crow when a dummy bullet from a previous shot lodged in the gun barrel. That's according to Entertainment Tonight. It was discharged, ultimately hitting Lee in the abdomen. He spent 6 hours in surgery but was pronounced dead. That was March 31st, 1993.
Another incident getting brought up today is from 1984 when actor John Eric Hexum accidentally shot himself in the head while playing Russian roulette on the set with a prop gun as well. All right, let's talk weather now. After a beautiful Thursday, the rain moved in overnight.
Yeah, it didn't take long. It really moved in, and it didn't let up all day either. Meteorologist Michelle Boss is joining us now. Michelle, tell us how much rain we really need to expect throughout this weekend.
Well, I think we are going to get a little bit of a break on Saturday. Not that it's going to be completely dry, but certainly not going to be as soggy as what we saw today. Of course, for most of the first half of October, it was really dry with only 1/8 of an inch of rain up until today when things really got started. Here's a look at some of the rain totals so far as of about 4:30 this afternoon. Nearly 1/10 of an inch at the Spokane airport. Rain's really just getting started across the Idaho Panhandle, so only 2/100 of an inch right now in Sandpoint. Coeur d'Alene only 2/100, but Pullman has reported 13/100 of an inch. Moses Lake 12/100. It's going to be drying out across central Washington for the rest of the evening and overnight, but we still have plenty of rain across eastern Washington, far eastern Washington, and North Idaho. So if you are going to be out and about for football games, yeah, you're going to have to bring the umbrella, maybe wear the raincoat because it's going to be a little bit soggy out there. Temperature-wise, temperatures have been pretty steady in the low 50s. 50 right now in Spokane, Deer Park 50, 51 in Coeur d'Alene. Our high today was 55. That was around 2 o'clock this morning. I don't think temperatures are going to move a whole lot for the evening hours. So look for rain to continue through the evening. We will dry out overnight with cloudy skies. Temperature stays relatively mild. We don't really have a whole lot of cold air in place. The rain just keeping those afternoon temps cool. So Saturday, just a few showers, a high of 55, and then much more rain on the way for Sunday. A little bit soggier, highs again in the 50s.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. Still ahead tonight, federal investigators say they have busted a multi-state fentanyl ring with ties to Spokane and North Idaho. More on the suspects and how agents say they are tied to a local teen's overdose.
Plus, we have an update on the Sam Martinez case. We've got the last suspect who was related to the death of this WSU freshman in court this week. The latest on that after the break.